The female orgasm is one part of human evolution that we just haven't understood. It goes against every evolutionary theory of sex we presently have, and no matter how hard we try to figure it out, any conclusive explanation for why it exists is still far from us. Since it's a misunderstood part of the human experience, there's a lot you may not know about the female orgasm. Until now, unexpected results are frequently discovered during research on the issue, adding to the sense of mystery around it. Here are 7 such surprises. Number 1. Women orgasm in their sleep. Wet dreams or orgasms while sleeping, among men, have been extensively discussed in both scientific circles and high school congregations. We know that they occur mostly during adolescence, and other than some unfortunate exceptions, guys tend to stop having them by their mid to late 20s. Women having orgasms while sleeping, however, is much less understood and documented. According to studies, around 37% of women will experience at least one sleeping orgasm by the age of 45. Unlike men, their frequency increases with age, and it's not a puberty thing, either. The interesting part is that sleeping orgasms among women aren't dependent on any other factors. For the women who experience them, it happens regardless of whether they're single or married or how sexually active they are. Number 2. Women with prominent upper lips orgasm more often. Women tend to orgasm less frequently than men, and the reasons for that aren't really known. It doesn't depend on factors like libido or sexual history, and it's consistent among all cultures and races around the world. While it will be some time before we can solve that one, scientists have found a surprising factor that may influence the likelihood of orgasm among women: the shape of their lips. In a study, a number of Scottish women were asked about their history of orgasms from intercourse, and the researchers cross-checked that with the shape of their lips. They did find a surprising correlation between the shape of the upper lip and the likelihood of having an orgasm. Women with more pronounced tubercles, the central, round part of the upper lip, were more likely to orgasm from vaginal penetration. Number 3. It affects the brain region responsible for addiction. One of the primary reasons we don't understand the female orgasm is the difficulty of studying it in laboratory conditions. Because men can orgasm far more easily than women, it's easier for them to do so during research, but the same can't be said for women. In some of the studies that have been successfully conducted, though, scientists have found surprising connections between orgasms and various regions of the brain. While we don't need scientific research to know that an orgasm affects the brain in a way that few other things do, the effects are far more intense in women than men, affecting seemingly unrelated parts of the brain. As one study found, one of those parts is the nucleus accumbens, which deals with reward. This region plays a major role in addiction to things like gambling and drugs. Number 4. Female orgasm works as a painkiller. We may not be any closer to completely understanding the purpose of the female orgasm, but in all the research done on it, it's clear that it has a special connection with the brain. We're constantly finding new neural pathways between the female sexual organs and different parts of the brain that shouldn't be connected at all, and a few of them are quite surprising. Take the research on the connection between the female orgasm and pain threshold. At first, researchers studied it on rats and found that the rats simply did not feel any pain during vaginal stimulation. The pain-blocking effect was curiously similar to the administration of morphine, which prompted scientists to study it on humans. In a subsequent study of women, they found the same results: vaginal stimulation almost doubled women's ability to take the pain. Orgasms more than doubled it. Number 5. The inability to orgasm may be genetic. We know for a fact that many women aren't able to orgasm no matter what they do, and it's not because of any inadequacy on their partner's part. According to science, around 10 to 15% of women have anorgasmia, which may sound like a disease but is actually just a fancy word for the inability to orgasm despite their best efforts. It may sound dysfunctional, but research says that anorgasmia makes perfect evolutionary sense. Studies suggest a definite link between the inability to have an orgasm and genetics, and according to researchers, it's because those women are evolutionarily choosy about who to orgasm with. In simpler terms, the bodies of some women are designed to not orgasm unless it's with someone ideal to have a baby with. It is difficult to find the perfect partner, which may explain why so many women never or rarely have orgasms. Number 6. Women are more likely to orgasm with symmetrical men. Unlike men, who rarely have any problems achieving orgasm during sexual encounters, women experience them less frequently. There are many theories as to why that may be, though according to one study, most men simply aren't symmetrical enough. In the study, they asked 86 couples about their climaxing frequencies. While it was predictable for the men, who orgasmed nearly 100% of the time as expected, for women, the frequency was much higher when their partner was symmetrical. We're not just talking about the face, either, but overall symmetry. It may sound surprising, but body symmetry is inherently related to the quality of the genes. It's not just about attractiveness but also physical and psychological health. It suggests that the female orgasm may be a mate selection mechanism, but then again, that's only one of the many theories on why it exists. Number 7. It's rarely due to intercourse. Women's ability or lack thereof to orgasm is often thought of as a verdict on the sexual prowess of their partners during intercourse. The partner's skill in bed can certainly be a factor, but it's a bit more complicated than that. The female orgasm has almost nothing to do with the penetration part of sex. Only 25% of women who have orgasms can consistently do so from intercourse alone, and the rest require other things, like sex toys or oral stimulation, to achieve it. It's also independent of external factors like the size of the penis, the attractiveness of the partner, or stress. It's not just one study indicating this, either. One author went through 33 studies over the past 80 years to come to this conclusion. 10. So, if you're a man who cannot get your female partner to climax through intercourse, you shouldn't take it personally and just try other things out. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.